Timer complete.
Good evening and welcome to Sean Morley's Infinite Timeline. I am the eponymous Sean Morley and you have entered my crumbling office on the desolate edge of the city. Hello, how are you all? Hello Josie, hello King of Time, hello Imperial, hello Maggie FBK, Brent Santa Hark, congratulations on 33 months. Hello Oracle, sorry to hear about your peel problems. Hello Albrot. Hello Monu Debeu. I forgive you. How are you, Mono? Hello Ed. Hello A Good Pete. Hello Mighty Fighty. Hello Josie Hypatia. Hello Martine. Is that everyone? Hello Gomelon. Hello Sudden Beth. Welcome in, welcome one and all. Twitch's premiere, possibly only time and date based sort of game show, has been overhauled by myself and some newly appointed members of the Infinite Timeline Steering Committee. The show now has 8 rounds. We will not get through all 8 rounds. It is not my intention for us to get through all 8 rounds. But the show has been reduxed and it will be better than ever. It is a game show of incredibly open-ended questions that relate to random dates and times and events as chosen by you, the chat. And there are 2 important teams. One is the chat yourselves, the people who are appearing in the little text box, and then there are those. I have ironed out a lot. Well, I've ironed out the issues. Thank you for the gifted sub, King of Time. Trying to get rid of this music. Is it too loud? I suppose, even though the decibel meter looks okay. It is very intrusive sounds, isn't it? It's not very backgroundy. What if I find a more backgroundy track? Not sure. We'll see. What was I going to say? There are 2 teams. There is the couch and there is chat. One crucial difference is in this episode, I am no longer going to be a player. I will just be more a host and adjudicator. That way, if a judgment call needs to be made on who's right and who's wrong, I ain't got no horse in the race. I'm much quieter than everything. Let me check. I can give myself... yeah, I'm looking a little quiet there. I'll just give myself a little boost. Readjust my mic, make sure it's at the right position. So it will be couch versus chat. Couch is anyone who goes into the Discord, represented by the following link in the chat, and comes into the time hole. If you are new to the community in the Discord, I encourage you to make a Fujitech reactive image and send it to me so that your voice will animate a little image and it will be easier to hear and understand when you are talking. I think that's most of everything. From there, we can just go through the rounds one by one. Yeah, I think that's everything. I've made a new feature that'll help deal with remembering the rounds. But, oh my god. Maggie, I warned you not to scare Crinston.
Egg.
This here is my son in the shoe, and then behind my son is my other son and landlord, who's clinging to the outside of the building, making sure I don't use any blue tack. And he's very scared, but also has a very, very short fuse. So don't say his name, which is Crinston. Crinsten.
Egg.
As there is probably a 20% chance he will scream. Well, I say probably. There's a precisely 20% chance he will scream at you. Sun Shoes the Art of War, absolutely. And of course, scaring your enemy is knowing your enemy. In the meantime, though, let me get out of this desk. It's no time for work. It's time for play. It's time for the game show. Exit desk mode. I could have sworn that was it. Exit desk mode. Exit desk mode. Oh, end desk mode.
Egg.
End. I will bring out the couch and see if anyone wants to join in. We can also take a little look. Don't you have quite a lot of TV time from last week? As I remember, you rolled for about 3,000 years. But also, you, as ever, you couldn't decide on an image to choose from. I'm quite keen to try and chonk into these rounds, otherwise we won't get through them.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, we have... I'm muted in the time hole. No longer. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Can I check with chat? How are the levels?
I'm a tiny little rabbit. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Josie Russell is saying they're not a fan of the Crinston noise, so if you could please stop making Crinston make the noise. It's much, much easier for you to stop saying Crinston than it is for me to go in and prevent that happening again. Egg. We will have done a little bit of faff time to see if anyone wants to join. Oh, we've got a good Pete here.
Oh, hello, Pete.
Hello. Oh, good, it works. I'm here.
Cracking.
Here. Am I audible?
I think you're coming through okay.
Oh, good. Good.
I'm using headphones, and I'm not sure if they have like a built-in mic, or if the phone is. If I put the phone far away, can you still hear me? You
sound good, Josie. Yeah, it sounds fine.
Okay, perfect. Sorry for all this technical mumbo jumbo.
No. Making sure the levels is good. Okay, I'm going to test my new feature as we move on to the first round, which will be a practice round. But first, I want to check that this displays correctly.
Not like the really serious other rounds.
I think some rounds are quite solid, some are quite frivolous, and some are just complex, so I put them at the end. Next round.
I'm taking this very seriously. This is all going towards my NVQ.
I will now take it seriously. Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's beautiful imagery.
And shout out, of course, to our sponsor, Dr. Plum.
Of course, thank you, Dr. Plem. Our first round is firsts. We're going to pick two nouns out of the hat. So if you can be doing add noun and pop anything in there that conceivably has a definitive beginning, just pop them all.
I don't mean to insult the intelligence of the chat. Does everyone know what a noun is?
Oof. Like hula hoop. Would that be a noun? But it also could be a verb as well.
Pogs is a noun.
Yeah, thanks.
Bum is a noun.
Are we including gerunds?
And a gerund is a verb that's become a noun, right? Like to brick someone.
Yeah.
No, it's more like like fighting is a noun formed from the verb
Okay.
fight. It's always an ing word.
Oh, like bricking.
Yeah.
Like I'm bricking it.
No, that's a verb.
Yeah.
Oh, but the act of bricking.
Or like,
Is a
or
noun.
Yeah.
like a sighting of someone. If you've seen someone, you have done a sighting, which is a
that
noun.
was a sighting earlier. Okay.
Sure,
Yeah.
we've doubled our Josies.
Hello, other
Nice.
Josie.
Double
Hello.
Josie Tim. Is Josie Russell's audio coming through okay? Could you say something, Josie? Josie R?
Oh, you put me on the spot now.
What did you have for breakfast?
Do you know what a noun is?
I know. I believe I know what a noun is. I have a degree in linguistics, so I feel like I should know. And what I had for breakfast technically was ginger nut biscuits. I don't really have breakfast, but I had
That's
it in
the
the
first
morning.
thing you ate, yeah. That'll do for
Yeah.
me. Oh, and of course, I should show the timeline as it currently exists. Here we are, starting with the Great Pyramids and ending right at the very bottom with the Millennium Bug 2 32-bit processors can no longer represent the date, which is going to happen in the 19th of January 2038. Okay, I think it's a... this one's just a practice, so there's no actual points riding on it. It's just going to use the Twitch inbuilt prediction feature. But we'll do mega random. What came first? Noun or noun? I think the odds are...
It's going to be something really stupid.
it's going
to be pterodactyl and Big Mac.
Exactly. It's going to be Pogs or Skin. Okay, mega random. What came first? Noun or noun? What came first? Merkin or noodle?
It's good.
That's
Ooh,
tight. That's pretty
quite hard.
tough.
I feel like they were both invented in China.
Okay.
I would say that. I would say. I don't know. Are we able to give away what we think at this point?
I'd let people put the predictions in first because this isn't really a couch versus chat one. Merkins or noodles? Merkins, noodles. I'll give people 2 minutes on that one because it's just a warm up. People get plenty of time to have a think.
Oracle on the couch is it's Josie Russell, Josie Hobacher, and me, Robbie Williams.
A lot of confidence towards noodles, but you never really know, do you? You never really know.
No.
I think there might be an issue in Merkins might not last the distance in an archaeological site.
Yeah, and is there going to be...
Unlike the noodles, which they're excavating all the time.
I think there can be evidence of noodles.
I think it's more a question of documentation. I don't think there's as much shame associated with noodles as there is with fake pubic hair.
But also, it could be what there could have been something in the past that was a merkin, as we would call a merkin, but wasn't called a merkin in the day, or has a different concept.
Yeah, I'm sure the phrase merkin is going to be more recent than the phrase noodle.
Noodles, yeah.
And to be clear to all the predictors at home, we're taking a kind of functionalist approach. If it does what a merkin does, then it's a merkin. If it does what a noodle does, then it's a noodle.
I mean, the thing with nouns is that we could use the Oxford English Dictionary's first recorded citation.
Yeah, if you've got a library card, you can go on the Oxford English Dictionary website and go through the etymology section of it.
Oh, but I'm specifically trying to lean us away from a vocabulary-based question and more to be, when did human beings first begin noodle making and first begin merking Merkin development.
And big question: if a merkin is something to use to artificially cover the genitalia, then are Adam and Eve the first merkin wearers?
Yeah.
I think
Merkin
a
prime.
merkin isn't simply a genitals coverer, because otherwise pants are a merkin, and I think we wouldn't want to say that.
But also, do we know that noodle is the original name of the noodle?
No, but
No.
I'm strongly trying to push on the idea that if noodles were developed in a culture that doesn't use the word noodle, which they 100% were, I'm still going to count that as a noodle.
I think it's going to be hard to look up, do you think?
Well, I think we could probably find out something of when it was first believed people made noodles, but they 1,000,000% are not going to be called noodles.
I'm not sure if Oracle of Truth is suggesting in the chat that Adam and Eve wear merkins and the snake that tempted Eve was the first noodle. I'm not sure if that's where he's going.
Because I would push back on that. A snake is not a noodle. I think that's uncontroversial.
Imagine if what we find out is the first noodle was pot noodle.
The first.
That was it.
Why would it need the
technical
adjective though? If it was pot noodle implies a previous non-pot noodle.
Well, noodle was originally a name for a pot, but then it got associated with the noodle.
So they are noodles that were made in the noodle pot.
The pot noodle actually refers to the plastic container in which the noodle is.
Okay, is this a Frankenstein's monster situation?
I mean,
We've been talking about pot noodles as the contents of the pot, but actually it's the pot itself.
My prediction would be the term merkin is older than the term noodle, but noodles were invented before merkins.
Are there any forms of pubic wigs documented from before the 15th century? Just to be double checking. I'm pretty sure this is going to be an absolute lock for the noodle predictors.
We're not counting Adam then.
We're not counting what, sorry? Adam?
Adam from Adam and Eve.
No, because didn't they, in the Renaissance art that I think we're referring to, they used like a fig leaf, didn't they? That's no.
Is that not?
It's not a
Josie's...
pubic wig, is it? It's not a pubic
at
wig.
the time, they didn't have the technology to make realistic synthetic hair, so it is the earliest form of. In the same way as if you're talking about noodles as the first tubular pasta type meal, then do we only call them noodles when they're called noodles, or do we go back to the first thing that was used for that purpose?
The thing that I reject is the idea that the fig leaf was supposed to synthesize pubic hair, because I think when they put, firstly, obviously I don't think anyone ever really genuinely put a fig leaf in front of their pubic hair. I think it was the body anxieties of Renaissance painters that places the fig leaf there. But even if we're imagining an Adam and Eve that are placing a fig leaf on their mound to disguise their shame, they're not going, oh, I hope someone mistakes this for my pubes, because it's not going to happen, is it? It's a leaf, it's bright green.
My other concern with this is if we did count that, we're then saying that biblical events are canon.
Happy with that. That's actually the least of my problems.
Oh, okay, fine.
What I don't want is this to... I've already staved off this becoming an etymological affair.
Yeah.
But I don't think the fig leaves were supposed to be merkins, because I don't think the fig leaves... No one really believed they look enough like pubes.
So it's not etymological, but you are disputing the definition of merkin.
No, I'm not. A merkin isn't anything that obscures your crotch. Otherwise, trousers and pants would be a merkin.
I don't know, but no, someone's about to take a free kick.
They cover more than just the crotch. The pants cover the entire groinal area. The trousers cover the entire leg. The merkin is something artificial to cover the pubic area, which is the use of a fig leaf in Adam and Eve times.
When you came up with the practice round, were you expecting the phrase entire groinal area to be used?
I hadn't ruled it out. I'm not disappointed.
Impropilium made a good point. Pants is American for trousers.
Yeah, you're right. Let's take that into account. Okay, but let's just put it this way. Noodles can easily be traced back to 3000 BC.
Which actually, in some people's chronology, is
That's
before Adam and Eve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's cut the shot.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so-
even if it was
so-
Adam and Eve,
yeah.
Noodles wins.
Yeah, cut and dry.
Yeah.
Noodles win.
Okay, I'm going to give, just so we don't go further into the Genesis, I'm going to give the points to Noodles.
Also, contrary to what I said, they did actually find evidence of 4,000-year-old noodles in a bowl.
Yeah, Noodles can
And they were
survive.
preserved.
Yeah. They probably got Pompeyed. Not by actual Pompeii, some of a volcano.
And they taste really good with that red sarcophagus fluid.
Well, I think the thing is, that probably dried them out a lot, so just a bit of water and a
No, a bit
spices
of
packet.
sarcophagus fluid, a bit of that lovely red juice.
Yeah, that's what comes in the packets in a pot noodle.
Mm.
What do you think that orange flavouring is?
Oh god! In my workplace, the kitchen microwave currently has 7 packets of pot noodle mango sauce on it. That the person is buying pot noodles and rejecting the mango
The
sauce.
sauce.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there's just this array of steadily increasing numbers of mango sauce packets.
If you had the opportunity, would you try the 4,000-year-old noodles?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I
If I-
absolutely would. No hesitation.
If I could guarantee they wouldn't make me sick, then yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think you can guarantee that, Josie.
No, then I wouldn't.
Probably the
I don't wanna
opposite.
risk
Probably
it.
the opposite, I'd say.
I was taking into account they'd make me seriously ill. I'd already factored that in. That'd be part of history. Because presumably, am I allowed to take them? Or is it going to be on BBC News? Man steals noodles and just eats them?
Well, it's soon you did it for science. I think I remember a story where they found some 2,000 or 3,000-year-old honey in an Egyptian tomb, and some scientists tried that to see what it was like.
But
It
The honey doesn't really go off
No, 'cause it's all
exactly,
sugar.
does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fine.
I once found some 15-year out-of-date ready breck, and I did have a little lick of it, and it was very dry.
Oh.
Just goes to show.
Hmm.
Should we try another round of firsts?
Yes, let's
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, what came first?
This was
now-
actually a good one, because that one plausibly could have gone either way.
Plausibly, I think it's very hard to lock down. I think the problem was locking down what a merkin is, and then not. Then you can sort of open it up to be like, well, this conceivably was a merkin.
Fiasco just said, I drank some gin from 1935.
Was it
Wow. So
Now,
it's just
this-
thinking.
Very much
Just-
chicken on the
yeah.
egg situation.
good? So now, bum was entered twice, and I did think when it was coming in, what does that mean?
Once for each cheek.
I mean, surely a bum, the first bum, would have come in
Yeah.
very early in the evolution of life.
Could have been a unicycle with no saddle, though. That would be a clue. Wasn't needed.
I just can't see a unicycle existing in a world
Without-
without bums.
No.
See, of course, based on my hardline creationist standpoint,
Yeah.
Adam and
That's
Eve,
right, Adam and Eve.
first bums. So we need to find a unicycle that was made before about 4004 BCE.
Are we not counting animal bums? Like monkey bums?
Is
Is it only human?
Remember, hardline creationist stance.
Well, even a hardline creationist stance, we're taking it, well, when did he create Adam? On the 6th day?
Yeah.
7th day? So we can at least look earlier in the week. A tiger's bum.
Yeah, just check the Bible again. On the second day, God created the heavens and the earth, brackets, and then the unicycle.
And then a tiger.
Yeah.
I mean, I will check. When was the first? I will. Is it worth putting these to predictions? Because I feel like this is an absolute lock.
I mean, are these things going onto the timeline, or are they just a warm
The
up?
invention of the bum.
I think I'll put
Well,
it
yeah,
on a timeline
the
at my own
first- I mean,
discretion.
The first excretory system is an interesting
That
concept.
is interesting. To be fair.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think it's
look, I'll
funny
look
to ask.
them up. I'll look
When-
them up.
Funny
I
to
don't-
ask Google what the first bum
because
was.
you wouldn't. So a single-celled organism is consuming matter and excreting matter to survive, but you wouldn't say that an amoeba had a bum. when do you get the first multi-celled
Yeah, no, I
organism
think this is
that has a
interesting, yeah.
digestive tract?
When was the first
Adam.
bum? Do we want bum? We should ask something more scientific. Anus? Bum is the
Excretory
cheeks.
tract?
Yeah, Red Santa. I thought we were talking about just the cheeks rather than the whole
You're right.
shebang.
Whoa.
I think I would argue you could have a bum that doesn't have an anus.
That doesn't have an anus.
Yeah, hang on, I'm confused. Well, so it's just cheeks, just no opening. No
Yeah.
opening, just cheeks.
Yeah. I do believe that. Yeah.
Why are you saying this with so much confidence?
Does that mean breasts are or a bum?
Oh,
No,
so
no,
that's
no.
a back.
No.
Which I don't think it is.
A bum is a cushion that a creature.
So it's
I was gonna
gluteus. It's the gluteus
It's the
muscles
gluteus.
It
rather
is,
than
yeah,
the
yeah.
sphincter.
When were the first glutes?
The first glute.
It's going to tell me about gluten now. I'm worried. Thank you, Bread Santa. Oh.
Sean's correct.
Start this again. When was the first
This is
glute
science.
muscles
thing.
developed under evolution?
Right, King of Time has put this concisely. If you can sit, you have a bum. If you can shit, you have an anus.
And often they come together in a package, but they don't have
want that
to.
package. Imagine getting that from Amazon.
The gluteus maximus, one of the largest, most powerful muscles in the body, is believed to evolve early in mammalian
Right.
evolution.
So we're looking for when was the first mammal? It would be our next step in the investigative
Yeah.
process.
With a bum. The first.
Well, we'll find out what the first mammal was, and
Yeah,
then we'll
then we'll
judge
look it
whether
up.
we
We'll look
consider
up.
it's a bummed mammal
Yeah,
or a non-bummed mammal.
Yeah. Like vertebrate and invertebrate, but with bum.
Okay, it said, according to Active Wild, the first mammals appeared around 225 million years ago in the late Triassic period, and I'm just going to ask what's its name. Oh, I've
Sudden
accidentally
death has
written
raised
was
it.
its name.
Sudden Beth has raised a good issue. So we're saying that dinosaurs didn't have bums
No, I
Yeah,
don't think
well-
they did.
because they
No,
evolved from
well-
birds. They're birds, right?
Yeah,
Reptiles.
yeah,
They've got
dinosaurs
Yeah.
didn't have
They've got
bums.
cloacs. They've got the old
Cloacas,
cloacas.
yeah.
Yeah, dinosaurs don't have bums, confirmed.
If you can find me a screenshot from Jurassic Park where there's a
A really juicy diplodocus.
Triceratops, so yeah, exactly, some flopping cheeks. We'll change our opinion.
I think bums came before unicycles, even though there's
Yeah.
room for debate on precisely. We're talking the Triassic period versus the late 18th century. So I don't think
Yeah,
there's
I can think of. I think
I
of
think-
bums
That's probably the
before that.
biggest gap you could possibly have.
that's the biggest gap between two things that were supposed to be difficult to choose between we've ever had on the stream.
Of course, if it's got a gap between them, it may not count as a bum.
Well, it doesn't need a gap exactly. It just needs the cheeks to extrude around it. Do we want another game of this, or shall we go on to the first true round?
Well, it's nice to do things in threes. Maybe one more quickie.
Yeah,
We'll have a quickie. Go on then.
we can try and debate less.
What came first? Noun. The debating is the lifeblood of the show, I think.
Well,
Don't
I
you
know, I agree, but so is getting to round one.
Oh God.
Well,
Isn't that the one you gave as an example of how this would be a bad round? Isn't that
Did say
literally?
pterodactyl, yeah.
Yeah, this is literally. Okay, well, we see the issue now.
Like, we literally just answered this, didn't we? Because we confirmed that dinosaurs don't have bums. So
Well, no,
well,
were they
dinosaurs
before
are
pterodactyls?
free run.
Pterodactyls would have been. This is actually now the largest gap we've had because I'm pretty sure a pterodactyl existed before the first mammal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, is it not now the case that pterodactyls aren't considered part of the dinosaur class? I was talking to a 6-year-old recently about this, and they had very strong opinions.
no, they're a winged reptile or something like that.
Like a pterosaur or something.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, it did not have a bum, which is relevant to whether or not
And it's
could have
older than
driven
the
a
unicycle.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
right,
the most important feature. Okay, let's move
King
on.
of Time has said pterodactyl versus bum is an interesting debate. But sadly, that's not the question here.
Sadly.
Next round.
Next round, round 1. Oh no, it's round 2. How long? Is there music for this?
How
Like,
long?
There is a tiny bit of Haruomi Hosono's watering a flower. Just a
Nice.
bar or two. Oh,
sorry
thank you to our
for talking over
sponsors, Dr. Plem.
It's some of that lovely Dr.
TYDP.
Plem, and I'm just so glad to be drinking.
TYDP for thank you, Dr. Plem. So we're going to... I think it will be one for chat, one for couch. How long did an event take? Oh no, sorry. There'll be one event. There'll be one event drawn, and couch will compete against chat to be the closest in guessing how long that event took, and then we'll look it up. So I will pull a random event. Everything in Smiths will just be pulled whenever we just want a random event. So random Smith now being pulled.
Invention of the first bar. Yeah, I'm saying we covered this last week, Oracle. The sofa's for Josie's, not for lads.
Ernest Hemingway's younger brother founds New Atlantis.
This is a good one, I think.
This is a good one. Shall we give this as a question to chat to use the question and answer feature for? Because they'll want to say, they might want to give it to a date. They might want to give it as a year. They might want to describe it in some other way. How long did it take for Ernest Hemingway's younger brother to found New Atlantis? I have no idea what this means. I have literally no idea what it means.
I think I have a very vague idea.
It feels like he was very much living in his older brother's shadow. He felt he had to create something of greater worth than the writing of Hemingway. And he went, do you know what? I'm going to resurrect a subaquatic continent.
For those new to this question and answer system, the syntax is down here. You do question mark, space, the position, and then the character that you want to be in that position.
Oh, they're getting algebraic, Sean. They're starting to do multipliers.
That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine.
Well, that's fine, because that's 12.
Yeah, that's what.
We
all
can
of
do
this
that
stays
one.
like this. Yeah, it's 12 something. Unless what they're hoping for is that the X just is a
X, maybe it's
stand-in for an unknown.
X is New Atlantis. So it's 3 to get there, 4 to get home.
I think it's going to be 12
And then
weeks.
Weeks.
12 weeks.
So 12 weeks. Yeah.
Is this a higher or lower thing, or we have to also make a guess?
You were going to make your own guess. So, chat has guessed it took 12 weeks. What's your guess?
Now, my instant thought is, does the founding of a country take any longer than just saying, I found this
That's
country?
what I was
Yeah.
I think
Sticking a
rather-
flag in some earth.
I think
Yeah.
we're talking a micronation, aren't we?
Hang on, Oracle, what are you talking about? Not 3 times 4 weeks. No, 3 times 4 weeks, not 12. What do you mean? 3 times 4 is 12.
Or lots of
3
4 weeks.
months.
It was three separate 4-week periods
Oh,
over
3
a
months.
longer. So he
So,
spent
like,
That's not
3
12
months.
weeks. What are you talking about?
Josie, what are you talking about?
No, what am I talking about, or what is Oracle talking about?
I have no idea what Oracle's talking about, but I
Well,
hope
I'm just
so.
wondering what he could mean.
Yeah, what does it mean? It's not 12, it's 3. It's 3 times 4.
I guess that is what Oracle's saying. It's not 12, it's 3 times 4.
Okay,
Fine.
well, fine.
Yeah.
We'll refer to 12 as that for the duration of this question.
Okay, yeah.
I think we're talking about. I reckon this is like a micronation thing. So he's taken his boat out to some little island that no one had, and then he's gone. This is New Atlantis now, and then he probably went home.
I think what it comes down to is really determining what what counts as founding? And once you've worked that out,
do you think you have to file something?
Is it the moment of foundation, or is it the journey to the location so that he could found it, and then the journey home so he could tell people?
I feel like more on like a what's the word I'm looking for? Just on a pedantic note, it should be that exact moment that it was found. So that's like that 1 second or whatever of announcing this is New Atlantis.
Yeah, I guess.
But is it like changing your name, where you do sign a deed poll, but actually the process of changing your name involves going to various organisations and presenting them with the paper.
It might have taken a bit longer back then.
Is there an administrative process that you went through to found this nation?
But
how long does it take to get divorced? Is it all of the meetings and discussions, or is it the signature on the final document? These things have a lot of elements to them. Like, is it just when you plant a flag, that's it? I've conquered a country. Or
but
is
ultimately,
I
feel like realistically, he never technically founded it.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It was
this
never
isn't a
recognised.
real country, is it? He's just done it and said he's done it. I reckon it's shorter. I reckon it's shorter than that one.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly. I think it's a matter of seconds, technically.
Or at most it's a week, right? He's found it. He's written a letter to someone saying, "This is mine now." To the whoever you write to.
His ombudsman.
Who do you write to? I think if you founded an island in the middle of the sea, who are you even? All right, I'm going to have to push you for an answer.
I reckon my guess would be 1 week, or 7 times 24 hours.
Yep, 7x24.
Okay.
Hours. HOURS.
Okay, so we've got 3 times 4 weeks and 7 times 24 hours. How long, and I'll use Bing as the arbiter, did it take Ernest Hemingway's brother to found New Atlantis? And we can quibble with what Bing says, but Bing ultimately
is the arbiter. Well, you're the arbiter now.
Has to come from somewhere, so I worry if Bing fails on this, it's going to get messy, but I'm prepared to wade out into the mud.
I think this could be messy because I don't know that he's...
That's what I'm asking.
Lester Hemingway.
I think Bing is giving us quite a short period.
That's felt like the city.
It's funny that he didn't call it New Leicester. New Leicester would have been funny. Leicester Atlantis would have been great.
Depending on the
would be the name of a person, though, from his perspective.
Well, he was once a New Leicester, yeah.
Or depending on the consistency of the soil and whether it's quite clay heavy, it could be called Red Leicester.
Yeah.
Of course, as it's Atlantis, there might not even be soil. He might have just gone out into the sea.
It's just like a patch of sea.
Onto a new topic.
It's just crashed on me. Okay, let's try that again. Hello, Bird.
Oh, hi, Bird. You missed some bum chat.
There was quite extensive bum chat, yeah. Full bum taxonomy. What did Lester Hemingway practically need to do to found New Atlantis?
I wonder if Bing will know this.
We don't know what happened to Atlantis, Martine. It could be perfectly happy but undiscovered.
Could you potentially go to that other site where it gives you a breakdown of a to-do list and put in as the question things to do, found New Atlantis, found the nation of New Atlantis, and see how it breaks it down, and then just make an estimate on those?
Actually, I can do that.
He wrote the Constitution with a typewriter. It might have taken a week then.
Well, hang on. He claimed the area around his raft, so he had to he created the land. He had to move his land in position.
No, but I think it means he was on a raft in the sea with a typewriter, and he went, right, this is my gaff now. This bit is
the boat was the land.
So
How long was the Constitution? And then we'll just do average typing speed times that.
Well, if it's almost verbatim the US Constitution, we can just use that as our template.
How long was the New Atlantis Constitution? Like, I wonder if we can read it and then we can word count it. Is the Constitution of New Atlantis available to read online? Oh. New Atlantis Constitution, read online. New Atlantis in Project Gutenberg. Sir Francis Bacon.
Oh no, this is different. That's going to be a different book, right?
Yeah, Lester Hemingway.
Pop Hemingway in that, yeah.
Right, I've popped it into the to-do list thing.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you the steps. So we've got founding New Atlantis. Step 1, brainstorm possible ideas for the founding of New Atlantis.
Okay,
2,
good.
determine specific goals and values for the community.
It's another day.
Same day. I think that's been done the same day. Select suitable location for the settlement.
This raft where I am right now. Yeah.
Organise initial resources and supplies.
There's my typewriter. Got it.
Establish a system for governance and decision making.
Just going to copy the US Constitution pretty much word for word.
Yeah,
got it.
Get Francis Bacon's New Atlantis. Recruit and assign roles to members of the community.
I'm in charge of this raft. It's me.
Build infrastructure and housing.
I've put my jacket over my head.
The raft is already in place.
Yeah. Develop relationships and trade with other nearby settlements. And then maintain and continually improve the community over time. And that's it. And you found New Atlantis.
Now, part of that description of what it takes to found a micronation does touch onto the idea that you need to legitimize it over time by trading and receiving recognition from other nations, that it might not simply be writing a constitution. Oh, he did copy it verbatim from the Constitution of the United States. I thought you were just...
I'm not sure that he did that.
No, it says it here. It says it on Wikipedia. That Lester Hemingway did copy it almost verbatim from the Constitution of the United States.
Okay.
What's the word count of the Constitution of the United States?
Well, big know how long it would take to type out the...
Well, we just need the number of words, and we need to know
exactly
what kind of WPM Lester Hemingway was working at.
That would be pretty good, right?
For a typewriter, though, in the 60s.
How long would it take to type 4,500 words on a typewriter?
I'm going to say max 50 WPM.
Yeah, Bert's right.
Oh, you think he's typewriting on the raft?
Yeah, he did. He was on the raft, wasn't he?
Oh.
That's less words than I'd expect. I think it'd be longer.
Depends on a typist and a typewriter.
I'm going to reduce his typing speed to take account of the fact that he's on a raft.
But do we know he typed it while he was on the raft?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a great image.
I'm maintaining the image no matter what Bing tells us.
I thought the raft was somewhere so distant from other civilization that
it's just 6 miles off of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay, God, how long would it take someone with a typing speed of 25 words per minute to write 4,500 words? And then I'm going to add...
Well, it's 3 hours?
Wow, that's pretty fast.
Okay, I found a detail that in February 1965... The Republic's 7 voters, all chosen by the island's founder, made Leicester their first president. Could we say that electing the president means you've established the country? So it's the time between when he claimed it and when he had his election.
Okay, do you have when was the first election?
February 1965.
February 1965. And when did he found?
He found it the
starting
4th
on
of July.
July,
The 4th of July. So he did it on Independence Day, didn't he? As a funny
As a
bit.
little joke, yeah.
Yeah.
And he founded the first president the next year.
Yeah.
So it took him
It's looking
6
closer to
months.
3x 4 weeks than we were hoping.
That
Yeah.
sounds like
Oh.
3x 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
It's
Yeah.
more than 3x 4 weeks.
There's more.
But it's
Yeah,
more.
but nearer.
I think they've got it. I think I'm happy with that as an answer.
Yep, I will concede.
Mhm.
That is rigorously
Yeah.
researched.
And then we don't have
Yeah.
to get into Bird's criticisms of Sean not understanding what speed is.
I understand. Well, words per minute's a different speed.
It doesn't matter. We've got it. It's just presidents per minute.
Congratulations, chat. You have your first point of the game. That was how long? I'm just going to add this new event onto the timeline.
Would you like to know who the 6 inhabitants of New Atlantis were in 1965?
Yes, please.
It was Lester Hemingway, his wife, Doris Hemingway, their 2 daughters, Anne and Hilary Hemingway, and then a public relations specialist, Edward K. Moss, and his assistant, Julia Salini.
Nice.
They elected him as president. His election saw significant press coverage and made front-page headlines in neighbouring Jamaica.
July 4th, 1964.
Oracle Truth, I think it said on the wiki article that the kids were like 5 and 3 when they moved onto the island.
Yeah, I think that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think they really lived there. I think they just popped out occasionally.
Yeah, they wanted it for the sake of having a micronation.
Might be right about the headline.
Sean, it's Ernest Hemingway's brother, not Lester Hemingway. Lester Hemingway's brother is Ernest.
Hemingway's brother is Ernest
Hemingway.
Yeah. Lester Hemingway's brother's brother, Lester Hemingway.
That means I don't need the possessive apostrophe. Let's see if I can find any decent picture. New Atlantis, Lester Hemingway.
You could put the little flag in.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put the little flag in.
The one that looks like a when you start a pool game. You got a ball in the middle.
His most famous book is My Brother Ernest Hemingway by Lester Hemingway.
Nice. That's real brother energy.
Yeah. Oh, and that was a cash-in after he killed himself.
Right. Hello, Buzz Josie. That was how long? We've plenty of rounds to get through, so should we just hop on to the next round?
Round 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next round.
Ernest Hemingway's family sheltered several cats.
Polydactyl cats as well. That's
Are they ones
incredible.
without a bum?
No, they're the ones with an extra toe on each paw.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Is that
Hello.
Ed?
Sean
Hello,
Morley.
it is. How are we all?
I'm
We
very
are,
well, thank
we are
you.
haunted by our friend the ghost.
We're getting an F alarm.
I put this on the wrong spot in the timeline. Thank you to eagle-eyed viewers. I was just going to quietly fix it.
That's good, as long as no one draws attention to it. Oh, it's yet again more Rosalind Franklin erasure.
No, Rosalind Franklin is safe and sound. There we go. I think we're safe now. But yeah, the mid 20th century is getting very full.
Cramped. A lot happened.
We are now on to round 3, which is date darts. We are going to pick a random date, and then both teams will compete to pick an event that they think happens nearest to it.
Oracle, I would tread carefully on this.
Now, with a coin flip, do I have a coin? Do I have anything I could flip? What can I flip? I know what I'll do.
A plate. Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
going
go
to say,
plate.
get it time. A plate.
Perfect.
Okay. Phew. All right, sorted.
This is the
Couch,
future of money.
Couch, would you like to pick?
This is technically a 1-bit coin.
Which came first, heads or tails?
Couch, would you like to pick the upper bound or the lower bound for the date range we're going to roll a date from?
It's up to you, Joseph. Oh, Ed. Ed's just got here. Why don't we let Ed pick?
Yes, sure. What are the two choices?
We're
It's
going to
heads or
roll a
tails.
random date,
Okay.
and in order to roll a random date, we need to pick the parameters that the date could exist in.
Okay.
So I'm asking you as Team Couch, and you as Team Couch representative, do you guys want to be in charge of picking the earliest parameter or the latest parameter?
The earliest, please.
Okay. And do you want heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay, so if it's tails, you get your way. The people have added more to coin.
Who could have
And you got tails. Congratulations.
Who could have possibly thought this would happen? No one added
Incredible.
Sonic, which is a shame.
Laser guided.
Pick the cat.
Perfect. So you get to choose the earliest parameter.
Oh, what do we think, team?
I don't know.
So we're just choosing the start of a date range, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1883.
Okay.
Is that a good suggestion?
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think that's good. Yeah.
I'm going to give the same question to chat.
Are we given a specific day as well?
1884.
Hang on, I'm gonna end this one. Q end. Oh no. Shouldn't that be Q end? Q done. This should be a numerical question. What year should be the latest possible year for the random date? Numerical questions work a little bit differently. You can only add significant figures. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000.
This is how we ended up with 3,000 years of TV time,
Oh god.
which we've not yet fulfilled.
I shouldn't have used this. I should have used the other kind. But I'm thinking if I want a year, then a numerical question makes more sense.
Also, there's a good chance that we won't have got to pick the earliest date.
No, I will just. Yeah, you're right. So it's still irrelevant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I should just ask both people just to pick a date.
Just pick a date. Yeah.
Because unless they're exactly the same date, in which case we go from that date.
Wasn't that the
Just
board
use it
game
like
you
that.
made?
Another thing that got too convoluted.
Or just convoluted enough.
Do you think this is convoluted enough?
Well, I think let's play all 8 rounds and then we'll decide.
Okay, that might take 3,000 years.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see whether it beats the TV time.
Yeah, best of 3, all 8 rounds.
I'm getting strangely
1990s
excited whenever it lands on an actual.
Yeah,
logical
that's what
date.
I
Like,
thought.
oh,
1990.
this is exciting.
That makes sense. But no, we're going 1,000 years in the future, are we? No,
8,000 years.
BCE.
It's supposed to be the later range, guys.
Oh no, right, we're back to the invention of the bomb. We're back to 1990 again.
No, we've gone far into the future now.
Please. Oh
I
no.
think our commentating on this is just encouraging them to make it safe.
Yeah.
God.
Let's just read more about Leicester Hemingway.
We should be witheringly unsupportive of the silliness.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think there is a way that you can dissuade the silliness. If you're positive about the silliness, it continues.
Yeah.
If you're negative about the silliness, it continues.
Yeah, we're not going to make the same mistake.
Silliness ensues,
We're not.
no matter what.
Oracle said, "Oh Jesus," that would be 0.
I think it's fun. I think people really reveal their personalities. The people who are doing minus 10,000 plus 10,000, sometimes they're trying to undo. Sometimes they're trying to undo absolute nonsense, and sometimes they're just chaos. And then the people dealing in smaller units, they're like, well, they're well behaved. Although the more I look, no one's really give a shit about tens and units. No. It's just pure thousands of years.
Yeah. What are we on now? 9,000 BCE? 8,000?
Yeah.
Everyone's using the irons. No one's using the putters here.
Yeah, no one ever puts. That's the problem with the numerical questions. Literally, no one wants to put.
I don't want to stop the game. I don't want to discourage convolutedness, but we're talking about putters and darts.
Yeah,
how are you playing darts?
Cracking.
Golf is probably a better for the darts.
Oh, they've locked in.
They've locked in.
Yeah.
Cracking.
903.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's the
solid year.
Yeah, plenty going on.
I mean, it does mean remember that our date comes first.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
The range is 1880 whatever to 903.
Yeah, what was your date, Catch?
I can't remember. Is it
1883?
904, I think.
1883. That was ours.
1883.
Yes, well done, King Time. It is lower than the low parameter, but that's fine. What we've learned straight away is we don't need to. Sean doesn't need to ask for higher and lower. He just needs to ask for 2 dates.
Yeah, and we're always learning, aren't we? Okay, the 9th of October, 11:26.
11:26.
Wow.
What kings are we getting into there?
Well, hang on. What's happening, Sean?
Oh yeah. So who's giving the first? Who's throwing the first arrow?
I think chat for being naughty has to go first. That's I like being not a competitor, so I can punish and reward based on behaviour. So, question: what happened around 1926?
1926.
I don't know why I said that. 11:26. You're now doing a non-numerical question, so you can add any characters you like. Oh, what's it going to be? Wimpy Burger. William Tell.
Wimpy Burger.
Yeah, maybe.
9-Ilp. It's all going wrong. Oh, Mighty Fight is fighting 9/11.
Well, it will have had a September.
It would have been a September the 11th.
Actually, when was the invention of September? I don't know. That's one for the early round, isn't it? Not...
The invention of September, that would have been ancient Rome.
Yeah.
The 7th month.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Everyone's saying I'm slandering Mighty Fighty.
I mean, he does usually write bum in these things, doesn't he? I don't...
It's normally bum or 9/11.
Yeah. So this is...
it's not really slander if you're just saying a thing that always happens.
William II, Pod dead.
And Poe from Teletubbies dead.
He started a podcast.
Yeah, he becomes a real pod head. He just can't stop listening to podcasts.
Pod Ed, yeah.
Will Seconds, that's William II. I don't know what Poe is about.
The Eurovision song.
Edgar. Who the hell is Edgar?
Yeah.
William II's dead.
Will II dead. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a. Oh well,
okay, yeah. The
I'd
death
say
of William
that's
II?
I'd say that's a good answer. William Rufus. Yeah, possibly the first. But that's not true. He's historically he was probably gay, and people will talk about him as being the first gay king, but he wouldn't have been.
I haven't got an issue with apologising to Mighty Fighty, but can I have a different account other than was trying to write 9/11 for why 9/ was added to the beginning of this guess? I've only ever written bum. I watched you. Hang on.
I'm sorry, Your Honour. I've only ever written bum.
Oh,
As Josie, you beat me to it. I pinned it.
I do need to apologise to Mighty Fighty. It was Imperial Halloumi who tried to write 9/11. You both have pink usernames on my screen, and that made it easy for me to mix you up, but it wasn't fair. You were trying to write bum, which isn't helpful, I don't encourage, but it's very different from writing 9/11.
I think you should do a full phone notes app apology and post it in the general chat.
A second buttock has collided with the anus.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need an anus for a bum.
I think that's a good answer as well, but I think that's
seems all right.
I was thinking of going for that.
And your job now is to do better than it.
Well,
I'm tragically only versed in English history. I know that the early 12th century is Henry land. It's first Henry.
Yeah, do you know what?
That's about it.
I'm going to say it goes William II, Henry I.
Yeah.
I think he came to power in 1100 actually. So
that's a good one. So he must have. So William II died possibly from being disemboweled. I think slightly before that.
So if William II, if we're confident that at this point in 1126 Henry is the king, we just need to get something that is later than. So the coronation of Henry I would be after the death of William II.
It
maybe?
would, yeah.
I mean, to be fair to the chat, they've only just written Will II dead, and if he was dead, he would still be dead in 1126.
No, they mean the event.
No,
I know.
State, doesn't it?
But we could go even further though. What happened after that? How long did how long did Henry stick around for?
Probably past. What's the date we're going for? The 1120s?
1126.
I reckon it was a little bit longer than that.
Would this be? What about Henry I? Is pretty much over being king at this point. He's like, he's not necessarily finished his reign, but he's over it. It's like, I've had enough of this. Been in this job for over 20 years. I should be looking for something else, but filling in job applications is such a pain in the butt.
Gonna have to push you for an answer here.
Yeah, so shall we? Well, I'd like to go for something silly, but I can't think of anything that's in the reign. I know that when he dies, it's the thing that's not the first English Civil War, but was the Stephen and Matilda conflict.
What about would he have been? He would presumably have been quite the castle builder in 12th century. So
yeah, he would have been building castles.
Can we say Henry I builds his biggest castle?
I think his son drowned. Okay. That's the thing I know about Henry I.
I'm gonna have to push you for an answer.
I like drowning son.
I like drowning son as well.
Henry I's son drowns is what we'll go for.
Would we know the specific date of that?
Henry I's son drowns. It probably to the year people might know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's in a tragic event. I think it's in either like a battle or a
wet battle. Oh yeah, they do it in this. They do have like navies, don't they?
That's
Sorry,
a good point. I've said drowning, haven't I?
I've just invented naval warfare. Sorry about
that. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not fun in itself, but it's more fun than just writing a king.
Okay. Are we locking in Henry I's son drowns?
Yeah, and also it's a death king of time. I'm not having this.
How? Well, when did William II die?
I hope I've just made this up.
If it turns out he only had daughters,
Yeah. Well, he did famously have. He had famously had one daughter who probably should have been the first queen.
William II died on August the 2nd,
Yeah, you were right, Jason.
1100.
I knew it was a round
Can we
number.
check whether it was a disemboweling?
Well, yeah,
That
what
might be
did he
hypocrisy.
How did he
of?
die?
In my defence for knowing kings, I did have
I
a
think-
wooden ruler with the names of the kings and queens and the dates of their ascension to the throne.
Because I think he was
And
killed.
I just remember it being a.
The official
Yeah.
answer might be hunting accident, but I think that
Yeah.
isn't. I think
Shot
that
by
isn't
an
what
arrow,
happened.
yeah.
I think he was killed. There you go.
Cover up.
I hope this helps. I love how it said that.
It might be apocryphal.
See what Bing says. It's adamant that he was shot while hunting.
Okay.
When did Henry I's son drown?
And was he disemboweled?
Ooh, very well played.
Oh my
Whoa!
word, that's
Wow!
That's tasty.
Wow!
Pretty close.
good. That is a triple 17.
Yeah,
Very good.
that's not necessarily drowning.
Come on, he drowned. He died in a shipwreck. That's
Well, they're not going to have done a
drowning.
post-mortem, are they, Oracle?
In 1120.
They're not going to do an episode of Bones, are they?
Yeah, dredging a child's corpse out of the water. Oh yeah, he may have
No,
drowned.
turns out he was allergic to fish.
He could have had his head. Yeah, it was a rogue shrimp got him.
Yeah, he puffed up off of a scampi.
Just trying to find the full name of this kid.
Would have been well. He wouldn't have been a king, would he? He would have been
Prince William, presumably.
Prince William. Yeah.
William Adelin,
Let me see.
son
Nice.
of Henry I of England, died on the 25th of November, 1120.
The White Ship Tragedy.
The White Ship Tragedy. That is what it's called. Yeah.
I just love how it ends with "I hope this helps" after such a morbid fact.
I hope you find peace.
F's in chat to William of Adelin.
Yeah.
I do like to read the I hope this helps at the end as a kind of sarcastic teen working in
Yeah.
a long disc. Hope that helps. Got chocolate on offer too.
Finding out about a child's death and then being upsold for some Wrigley's gum.
Yeah.
Oh, Brett Center's not a fan.
I don't think you have to be not a fan of what the monarchy or this specific child.
I can't really infer that from Brett Center's comment, which is nah, fuck him.
Yeah, it could go a lot of ways. William of Adelin dies in the White Ship. In the White Ship. Is it called Tragedy?
Yeah.
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 Tragedy. Probably drowns.
Brackets could have been shrimp allergy.
Can't rule out food poisoning.
Shrimp allergy not ruled out.
Can't rule out. Yeah.
I will see if I can find a picture of William of Adelin dying. William of Adelin, White Ship, Tragedy, Death.
How old was
Images.
he?
It was 17. I've just looked it up.
17.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
just
yeah.
about okay.
Same.
about 17 being depicted here.
The Duke and his companions have been crossing the English Channel from Barfleur in the Blanche Neuf, the swiftest and most modern ship in the Royal Fleet. William and his party remained drinking on the shore until after dark, confident that in a fast ship and on the still sea, the delay would have no real effect. Consequently, it was in the middle of the night when the drunken helmsman rammed the ship into a rock in the bay. So it was their fault for having a drink.
If you go a bit earlier, it was literally like a booze cruise, right? They had 300 people on board. They had to turn back at one point to drop off some people who were essentially too pissed, which is why they were behind. And then the other people got on and they carried on.
I'm just imagining an early 12th century seafaring vessel with loads of white vans full of full of duty-free fags.
It's a historical Max and Paddy episode.
It sounds like an 18 to 30s. Except the rep is and the pilot of the boat is the most drunk.
It was an 1118 to 1130s.
In that case, it's now one apiece.
Good play to Pete. Well done.
I've spelt couch wrong, but I don't intend to fix it.
Count.
Chat one, count one.
Yeah.
Then it is now time for next round.
Ooh.
Please add. I'm going to make a category called person. Please add as many people as you can possibly think of from any point in time. Who will I add?
I was thinking about this earlier. I was wondering when you were adding New Atlantis to the timeline, how long was it about? Would Thomas Bongleterre ever have had the chance to visit New Atlantis?
Good point. Do you know the timeline isn't very well suited for events that last? You know, something that's set up and still exists.
No, they tend to be dates.
Yeah, they're all moments in time.
Oh, you mean a person?
Or even like New Atlantis, like Josie suggests, there's no way of knowing how long New Atlantis stuck around for.
No, that's true. And we're getting some people in there. That's good.
The people can be living, dead, fictional, in the future, current day babies.
If they couldn't be, if they could only be living, that would really ruin the round, wouldn't it?
Well, no, because if the other person, it's about whether or not those two people could have met.
Yeah, but if they could only be people that are alive now,
they could all meet now.
Then it would be no round. There'd be no round.
Yeah.
Presumably, most of these people would be dead.
Not Wigfield.
Yeah, not Wigfield.
Well, I hope not. Anyway.
The version of Holly.
Now, Josie, the girl version of Holly, should I understand that to be the character or the actor?
The way I was interpreting that was during the period that the character of Holly was portrayed by a woman on television. So could the other person have gone to a recording of Red Dwarf with Hattie Hayridge in role?
I've added Norman Lovett balance.
So you more mean Hattie Hayridge in costume?
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Hattie Hayridge, head only.
Yeah.
Ever have met person? Okay, I'm doing a mega random. Could person ever have met person? Couch will go first, then chat via a poll. Could the girl version of Holly from Red Dwarf ever have met Florence Nightingale?
We summoned this.
See, now I feel like I've shot myself in the foot because there was time travel during. If I'd have gone for the fictional version rather than the physical portrayal.
Yeah, however, you were the only person that I pinned down on what they meant.
Yeah, and then that's the one that came up. Yeah,
okay,
Florence Nightingale. Can they clarify what they meant?
Couch, I'm going to have to push you for an answer.
Joseph, this is your area of expertise.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
Florence Nightingale could
I
not
would
have
lean- I
attended
would
a
lean-
studio recording of series 3. Was it 3 or 4 through 6 of Red Dwarf?
Now, chat, do you think it's
Yeah.
worth me giving you a poll, or shall I assume you might be going for a no as well? Should we just re-roll and see if we can get a more contentious?
Mm.
Oracle wants a poll. Okay. All right. I'll give you 1 minute. No, it's silly. Mono wants to re-roll, and Mono's a mod. Okay. Mega random. Could person even if it wasn't the actor, I feel like that's not possible.
It wouldn't matter, would it? Hattie Hayridge has not met Florence Nightingale.
No chance.
Okay, mega random. Could person have met person? We'll take it again. Could Sean Moore have met Adam?
As in the first line, Adam.
Cod Adam.
What Adam?
And also Sharon Moore.
Yeah, what's going on here? let me try and find who said Adam. It must have been Adam.
And also, he said Sean.
Yeah, there's that as well. There's layers of confusion.
Sean Moore.
Okay, I'm just going to keep. Someone would have said Adam. Eve. Oh, so Oracle put in Adam and then Eve. So I'm guessing it's biblical Adam. I'm gonna have to suggest it's not worth it. It's not worth doing this. Should we re-roll?
This is a play.
That's
This
because
is a
you know
play
the
test.
That's because you know the answer.
Yeah.
I think you know the answer.
I mean, I don't think we can underestimate the power of chat to go full chaos and just vote for the opposite of the answer as well.
No, they're hungry for points. There's enough people who legit want
okay.
points. Oh, we've
That's
got
Sean.
She
Travelled
fishes
in
my
time.
therapist on my 1 glass of milk, please, till Thursday, the 25th of May, 2023.
That's a better question than the one we've got at the moment, I think.
It is. It's more to think about.
Better than
Okay.
Sean versus Adam.
Let's give this round one more chance. Should
What's
person
it
have
say?
met
Before
person?
declaring it useless.
I don't
No,
mean
no,
to be
I'm
smug about this.
right.
I do remember
Okay,
raising
we've
this
got
issue.
one.
we've got one now.
We've got one.
Oh God! I think
Well,
No.
Well, hang on.
yeah.
We know roughly, and
we can pin Anne Frank between 2 tent poles.
Yes.
I don't want to. Yeah. So Norman Lovett's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still alive. He
Yes.
was like,
How
In
old was he in the late 80s?
I think he was in his
He must have been
40s.
middle-aged, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
think
he's
this is a
gotta be-
really. I
he's
think
gotta
this is a
be
really good pair.
Possible.
Yeah, if he's 80,
Yeah.
this is bang on, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, this is a really good pair. This is what this round was built for.
Yeah,
but there's nothing
but,
icky.
but- well, I
there's
understand. I understand what Bert's saying.
I
Yeah.
do, but we're just working out the years in which someone was alive.
Yeah, we're not saying could Norman Lovett have dobbed Anne Frank in.
Yeah, we're not.
No.
That's not the accusation we're making, is it?
Let's just keep this as a numerical question.
Yes, and
I
it is a
know.
really good one.
No.
So we
I think-
know that tragically Anne Frank died during the Second World War, and that is a terrible thing that we will not joke about. But was Norman Lovett alive during the Second World
So
War?
he would have to be. What the question is Norman Lovett 80 years old?
I feel like he was in his 40s during that first season of Red Dwarf.
Yeah, I think it was like mid to late 40s at that
My
point.
Yeah, he
feeling is no, but very, very just.
I think it might be he couldn't, but it was close.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
think.
I agree.
I'm
leaning
going
no.
no. Yeah. I'm
Okay,
no.
couch is no. Let's find out what chat thinks. Poll, 1 minute. Could Norman Lovett have met Anne Frank? 1 yes, 2 no. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes to think about this.
No, but I don't think it feels like we've all met Anne Frank. And yeah, if you could please treat this as a serious numerical question.
Surely you'd get that feeling more from reading the book.
Yeah. I think this is close. I think this could go either way. But I think so.
Now, I wonder whether the cast of Red Dwarf have ever paid a visit to the Anne Frank Museum.
That's not meeting Anne Frank, is it?
Well, communing with the spirit and memory
Yeah,
thereof.
but then a lot of these are going to be yes, aren't they? Because you could visit someone's grave.
Well, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
This is more a kind of
Derek Cora is the cheat code here.
this is a subsequent rumination on whether Danny John Jules might have shuffled his way into Anne Frank's.
Martine, why are you so confident that the cast of Red Dwarf will have visited Anne Frank house? Because that's a lot of confidence, so I don't share that confidence.
Also, I do remember that bird. It's very funny.
That is exactly what I was thinking
Yeah.
of, Bird. I couldn't remember which. I was tempted to say it was Logan Paul, but actually, you're right. It was Justin Bieber.
It is very, very popular. I thought it was a bit stark. I thought I don't know. I don't know what I wanted from it, but I didn't like it.
There's no roller coaster.
No. It just felt.
So I reckon
there wasn't very much in the original house there. No, not even grim. It just didn't feel very engaging as a museum.
Yeah, it just wasn't like a historic.
It felt like they knew it was the Anne Frank house. It was on the original premises, and it was therefore. It wasn't like a pencil museum that has to bend over backwards to get your attention, and so you can feel the value in the exhibits.
Yeah. I get the feeling Crichton has definitely been, Rimmer has definitely been. I'm on the fence about Pat and.
Yeah, I don't think I suppose Pat didn't go. I don't think you would treat it with the necessary reverence.
Are you talking about the characters or the actors here?
Either. I mean, I'm just thinking about
same with you.
pretty much.
All right, let's find out. So, let's determine the death date of Anne Frank. When did Anne Frank die?
Not 90, 42, 43, something like that.
Yeah, Martine, I think it trades primarily on that, which is kind of fine. I don't know what it was. It just felt a bit... Okay, February 1945.
Oh, later than I thought.
Oh, of course, because I'm thinking of when she was imprisoned, but actually she was... well, let's not dwell on this.
Of course, yeah.
Let's not dwell on this, but I'm thinking...
You imagine her capture date is the date.
That's what I was thinking of. So this is even closer than I think, because by calculation, I'm saying he was born at 46, 47, 48, something like that.
Yeah. That sounds on. Oh, God.
Then we've got to question, if we're legitimately talking about could they have met, would a baby Norman Lovett have been allowed?
Yeah.
You're safe.
Oh, wow. 1 year.
You're safe.
Blimey.
That round has absolutely redeemed itself in one round.
Yeah.
Do you want one more? Do you want another little tipple?
I think you need to apply the judgment of rolling them and then deciding.
Not,
until you get one which piques your interest.
Even spin like 4 names and then pick 2.
Do you know what? The round is staying in the mix. As long as we shuffle through the bad ones quicker, then we'll. But we've got more rounds to go through. But we have more rounds to get through, so let's move on.
Okay.
Next round.
Nice.
Oh.
Is it real and fake dates, Sean, or real and fake events?
I meant events. I meant events. I spent so long working on the code for this. That's like
I didn't spend any time on the words.
The actual copy that describes the event is actually quite poor, and I'm not happy with it. But look at that nice little animation.
Exactly. We've got some good candidates in here. We go the 31st of February. 13th of March.
Okay, I mean events. We'll add it to a category called bluff.
April the 4th of September.
Yeah, April the 4th of September.
4th of shit. 47th of shit. Wednesday the 81st. 3 by 4 weeks.
There's a new category called bluff. Please add your real and fake events to that.
Okay, I'm getting my typing fingers on.
Fool's Day is good. Norman was born. Yeah, it's a good event. You had that one, Albert.
Oh, thanks, Albrock. This could be really useful. Do you mind if I use you more as a resource as we're going forward?
Albert is Bing. Ed, have you still given up on creating a little moving image?
I actually had a go last week, and it just wouldn't seem to connect to it properly. It would tell me that I wasn't signed in, but I was. So I did have a go. I don't know whether it's there, Sean. I presume you can't see it.
No, unless Sean's not added it as a browser source.
I don't think I'd ever sent anything.
No.
Did you ever send me the link
as well?
I see. Send them there's an individual browser source link. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to send me what you've made so that it can be on the stream.
We've still got a cushion free on the sofa as well.
Yeah, well, if you can just post the link one more time. If it's handy, if not, don't worry.
Is this what you want?
Yep.
That's a good one, Josie, because it could be in the latest broadcast episode.
It's also difficult because the future is already on the timeline.
Yeah, that's true.
It's about whether or not you can conceive of it ending.
No, I don't think. I think at this point, if they haven't stopped by now, they're not going to.
No. But the sun will eventually expand to wipe out.
Even then, they'll be knocking out.
Yeah.
Even then, they'll be knocking out. They'll be knocking out. Whatever it is.
Episodes.
Yeah, episodes. Yeah. I'm trying to think of an example of a Simpsons trope, but I've not seen one for so long. I don't know what's bad about the new episodes.
Homer buys an NFT.
Yeah, exactly. They must have done Homer buys an NFT.
I feel like
they'll do that in about a year's time because of the lag.
That's right. When they're dead. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sean, I've sent you a link. I hope it works.
Me too. That's important. Okay. Stand by.
Of course, the sofa is fluid if anyone else wants to. Why am I hosting?
And there is no there's no upper limit how many people can be on the sofa as far as I'm aware.
That's what I was saying, but then I realised I was doing your job.
It looks like you're here. Can you please say something?
Oh, there we go.
Yay!
Hello.
Cracking. And let me
Oh, perfect.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
There we go. Let's roll 3. So let's see, how should this work? We're going to roll 3 random events. And then how can chat easily determine which ones they think are real? I guess we'll do a poll for each one in turn. Did this happen? Did this happen? Did this happen? Okay. Then we'll do mega random, 3 random events. Bluff, bluff, and bluff.
Okay.
Okay.
Once again, the one Joseph put in that we picked up to point out it could be problematic. That's now come out.
Bread Santa. I'm the adjudicator.
Yeah, so that's
So a big hint on how that one's going to go. Well, yeah, pretty easy one for everyone here as long as they want to pass my mustard. Poll, 1 minute, should we say? Francis Drake. Did Francis Drake set sail on the Pelican? 1 yes, 2 no.
well?
No, you'll get your own 3.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, yeah, I was going to
Okay, here you go. 1 minute, yes or no.
Now, are chat allowed to discuss this amongst themselves? Because presumably, in chat is the person who set the question, and therefore they could say, "This was mine." So I feel like we should.
If I see anyone in chat say, "I know the answer to this because I wrote it," I'll just disqualify that question. And if one votes clinch, obviously one person will know the answer because they've put it in, but that shouldn't be able to clinch. They shouldn't be able to clinch the results.
I would have guessed King of Time. He's the boat guy, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he talks about this in his talk.
I think he has spoken to this in my earshot within the last week.
It's funny that Brad Santa voting and then saying, "I know the answer," even though I didn't write the question. That's not swayed the votes in any way. I don't think. I think I know. I think this isn't. I think Francis Drake's vote was the Spanish Main.
Okay. But is it one of those things like the
Golden
Hind? Is it
like
that the Golden Hind where the boat that sailed was the Golden Hind, but it was renamed after they set sail?
Actually, no, that's where he went. No, it's the Golden Hind. It's the Golden Hind is Francis Drake's boat. That's why King of Time put it in. It's the Golden Hind.
I can't remember what the name of the Golden Hind was when it set sail.
Do you know what? He might have. I think you're right, Josie. I think King of Time's got this. I think it was called the Pelican when he set sail,
double bluff.
and then it's changed name. This is King of Time knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
well
it's.
No. I know this.
Yeah.
King of Time's told me this. It was renamed mid-voyage.
What was the name when Francis Drake set sail on it?
But he did it to get money. So it was. King of Time will know the exact story of this.
You're premature puppying. We're premature puppying.
No. I think this is right. Okay. It was called the Pelican when he set sail, and then mid-voyage he renamed it because the guy that was giving him money, he had something to do with the hind.
Oh. There we go.
Like that.
I hope Mr. Time is proud that I remembered his little story.
I remembered it, but backwards. I thought it was wrong. But anyway, well done, King of Time.
Yes, well done.
Congratulations.
King of Time has pushed some other piece of useless information out of my head.
Yeah, well done,
replaced by
King
this.
of Time. So that's what's that? Is that 1 point?
I'm thinking it's a best out of 3. Otherwise, this round would be too powerful.
We want to unbalance the game.
That's the last. Yeah.
How are we defining this question?
Yeah.
I think chat needs to argue it. I think they need to make their vote, and at the same time, I think they need to plead their case.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was going to write the poll question as: has the last episode of The Simpsons been broadcast? Do you think that's a wrong way to articulate that question?
I would say, John, the answer is obviously no.
I think the question should be.
No, that's right. I
think the question should be. I think there should be a question: will a final episode of The Simpsons ever be broadcast? I think that The Simpsons will carry on past the point at which all of the voice actors have died, all of the creators have died. I think it will carry on broadcasting ad infinitum.
No,
it will be self-replicating.
Is finite. The universe is finite. There's no argument to be made about infinite time.
What's the stream called?
Infinite timeline, but the universe will eventually restart. There'll be another Big Bang.
And there'll be another episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah,
what you mean straight away while hydrogen is still coalescing into heavier elements?
They've got a schedule to meet.
Yeah, and it'll be Homer did the Big Bang by mistake.
Homer will be a Galactus type. Homer is a Galactus type character who will survive the end of this universe and emerge into the next one as a giant purple bad guy.
It's a big nebula that he panned down. It was just Marge's hair.
Okay. Will a final episode of The Simpsons ever be broadcast? Are you happy with that interpretation?
Yeah, I think you are the arbitrator,
You're-
Sean,
yeah.
and I think you've made the answer very clear.
No, I actually am very open-minded, so I could have changed my mind based on information I've just received.
I just don't see it. I think Homer can always do another job.
I think chat are being very, very pessimistic about this.
Yeah, I think they are. You not think how many what are the Simpsons plots? I can't think of Simpsons tropes. It's
They travel somewhere. One of them gets a new job.
Bart has a girlfriend voiced by a kind of young pop star of the day.
Yeah.
Hello, Gregor Smith.
Barney sobers up or falls off the wagon.
Yeah.
Mo has some kind of romance.
Ned Flanders gets married and his wife dies. Thanks for the crib sheet there, Bird.
Yeah, Bird's given a pretty thorough
that is exactly
taxonomy.
Those are the plots. And but do you not think, Bird, that those things can just keep happening forever? Homer can buy so many different cryptocurrencies.
Yes, Red Coyote. Homer get apostrophe S a new job.
Not the Simpsons though, Bird. They don't age.
HGANJ for Homer gets a new job.
I'm really looking forward to the introduction of Homer after Dan Castellaneta dies.
When Dan Castellaneta gets cancelled and go, we've written that character out. There's a completely new character starting next season.
Homer gets a new job. Paul.
Although the initials don't really convey what was quite so funny about it.
Okay, so let's find out.
Let's find out.
Yeah, that's Bing.
Yeah, Bing will know.
Well, what else can I do, Do you know, I have had a thought, which is, you're right, they'll never stop making The Simpsons. But the only thing that will stop it is a massive natural disaster, which probably will halt production in the middle of a cycle. So there will be an episode that's never broadcast.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, there are already episodes that have been removed from services, like the Michael Jackson one's gone.
Al Jean, the Simpsons executive producer, has actually shared an update that his idea, the existing idea that can be described as the Simpsons final episode, is actually less likely than ever to happen.
Yeah, he wrote that like 25 years ago. He came up with that idea, and never going to happen.
So we have information from someone with inside intelligence, and they're saying the final episode of The Simpsons is not
going to be shown.
Not likely to be broadcast. So I'm going to have to say that's a no.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Wow.
Which is good because King of Time's agreeing. He said no.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah. I have to agree with King of Time. It is.
Yeah.
I looked it up. I looked it up.
Yes, Bing.
I didn't. It is the final episode. The Simpsons producers shared the idea for the Simpsons final episode.
Oracle's agreeing that's not the final episode. Exactly, the final episode is not going to be broadcast. It's a no.
Yeah, it said it's less likely to happen. What's less likely to happen? The Simpsons final episode.
It's not just Bing saying this; it's Al Jean.
Yeah, it's Bing and it's Al Jean, and it's me now having read Al Jean.
Guys, I mean,
Holy Trinity.
Have we checked this font? Because that looks to me like AI Jean, who is going to carry on writing The Simpsons for infinite
Destiny
centuries.
writer. Yeah.
Red Keo also brings up a very important point: is that actually broadcast media is on the wane generally, and it will probably be some kind of on-demand service.
Bird's also agreeing, but she's typed a B instead of an N, which is easier than X, which I've done the keyboard.
Yeah, they're really close, aren't they?
Bird, what's your issue here?
She just tried to. The Oracle's done the same thing. They just meant to type no, but they're next to each other, aren't they?
I know you're throwing tomatoes and shouting boo, but I am trying to listen to the problems in the community here. Oh, the AI.
Oh,
gene.
okay.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely fair enough.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Martijn, you defeat that argument. There are several others behind it. The no is a very well constructed decision. And lastly, this one really is now for the point because you've got one wrong.
It's for the point.
This is for the point. Did Frankie Manning return from the war to become a postal worker? 1 yes, 2 no. Basic logic. There has to be a final episode. Why?
But the question is, will it ever be broadcast?
Yeah. It's not whether a final episode ever exists in any sense.
And also, we have disputed that.
Because assuming there's like some like end of the universe, some kind of EMP that destroys all of technology, there will be episodes of The Simpsons that are in production and have not yet been broadcast, whether or not that is on television or streaming or whatever.
I don't know. Does anyone know who Frankie Manning is?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
So I'm guessing that's going to affect the voting.
I think that makes it good.
Is it someone's uncle?
I mean, there's going to be a true answer to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a guy. It sounds to me like it could be.
It sounds like a type of guy. It sounds like
it sounds to me
like a wheel tappers and shunters social club type comedian.
Could be Bernard
I was
Manning.
thinking
like Bernard, yeah.
I don't think it's. Yeah, what is Bernard Manning's? Bernard Manning's brother. Bernard Manning's Lester Hemingway.
Yeah.
I was thinking like. Actually, I don't know. Thank you, Gregor Smith. What's ChatGPT? We've got this gone. It's gone, Oracle. Just move up. Let's all move on with our lives.
Nonsense. ChatGPT is just nonsense.
ChatGPT was like, yeah, it will be. Here's the script.
Yeah. You may as well ask a kaleidoscope.
Okay, yeah. Homer gets a job as a big bang.
Yeah.
You may as well
shaking
ask
the magic 8 ball that says Homer gets a job. Okay, people are going with an indecisive yes.
I would go for yes on this.
I think this is someone whoever has set this question has some specialist knowledge.
Because somebody knows about this. For me, it's a really random set of words for someone to have made
It's a
up.
coin flip, right?
Well, yeah, is someone feeding us some very specific, accurate knowledge, or is it something which they know is nearly accurate? Like that Frankie Manning returned from the war and became
Dustbin man.
A dustbin man, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, there we go. Postal service. As long as he was in the war.
But did he return from war?
War? No.
Yeah.
But just look at his.
After he can no longer work as an entertainer.
He probably would have been conscripted if he was.
So he was a dancer. He was a dancing entertainer of some sort.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The war.
The war.
Yeah, the war. In the war. There we go. There we go. After the war in 1947. So yeah, that's right. There you go. He settled into it. Quietly settled into
kangaroos.
Well,
so I mean,
hang on.
He didn't actually come back from the war, did he? And join the postal service.
This gives us a gap.
Yeah.
The question implies transitioning straight from soldier into postie.
What about the kangaroos, John?
Exactly, the kangaroos drive a wedge in Chat's entire paradigm. Here.
Kangaroos don't sound like postman to me.
Can we put in the timeline our first ever bracket where there is a 1947 to 1955 career of the kangaroos segment?
I would like the founding of the kangaroos on the timeline.
And the disbanding of the kangaroos.
Yeah, okay.
Being why the kangaroos split up.
How do you recommend I depict that on this line? I would like to. I'm just. How do I do that?
Well, can you put events to the left or to the right of that central column, and then have a longer connecting line which forms a kind of square bracket surrounding things and providing two linkages to the central line?
Oh,
Is that a good explanation?
Yeah, so I could have. Okay, I think I understand.
So you have a 1947 line and a 1955 line, both of which extend out so that they can form a bridge between two events.
Okay.
I don't know if we've got
1947, Frankie Manning creates the Congaroos. 1955, the Congaroos are disbanded.
And how long did it take him to found the Congaroos?
That's a different range, JC.
Frankie Manning found.
Do we think the Congaroos could have been at war?
Well, they could well have
the
been,
provisional Congaroos or something.
Well, by this point, they were the territorial Congaroos.
Yeah.
And then what I want to do is create a kind of, oh God, what's that? Why has that happened? Okay, so I want to try and create, I don't know why, but it immediately draws an incredibly long line. Oh God. I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the Congaroos at the Fringe.
Yeah.
If it was Adelaide Fringe, that could have been kangaroos.
Or it might be a group of kangaroo conmen. Like a kind of,
yeah.
Like a kind of,
don't you get any money?
If Bird.exe will forgive me, like a kind of Oceania's 11.
Very good.
Is it very? I mean, it's yeah. I think it's
okay.
Yeah,
that goes. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. But it was 11. So.
Do you think this should go into a vertical line, and then the tops and bottoms of those vertical lines should extend to specific spots?
Yeah, like one of those. I think that would be the simplest way to do it. Is to do it as a square bracket. But this program you're using struggles with straight lines, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The lines constantly want to connect into stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Hates
so.
the Congaroos.
Oh boy.
It's ludicrously ugly. I'm not happy with this at all. This is.
But they not just come directly
ugly.
from the box.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I was thinking. But even then, they'll be very ugly the way they snake through the other events.
The tea towel, wasn't it?
And also, you've got to consider that you've got Albert Gunter, who's now slightly out of whack with the timeline.
Oh God. No,
sorry. Well, because your top line is 47, isn't it?
Well, if I move the Green Bay Packers up,
solved.
yeah, I just can give them space. I just think it's very ugly, and it makes the timeline much harder to read.
That's history.
The history isn't pretty, Sean.
Well, this doubly so.
Oh, hello. There must be a way of forcing it to turn line segments into straight lines.
You're
just making it
why would you say that, Jesse? There must be a way.
Oh no, the comments are here.
Oh, no.
This line is confusing by Jennifer Mars. Resolve.
I think I might have worked out who Jennifer Mars is now just by looking at who has summoned the link for the timeline.
I'm very glad to have Jennifer Mars as a kind of external QC to check on the quality of this endeavor. Yeah.
Oh,
QCing those lines. How does it? Because you've done a straight line in the middle, Sean. Your initial timeline is a straight line.
Yeah, I've added anchor points in, as King of Time correctly points out, and the removal of them should help. But although now there's no anchor points, and it's not any nicer than it was before.
Different kind of anchor. King of Time.
Is that good? It feels shit. Is that good? Because it looks shocking.
Well, it's good. It's chronologically accurate.
Yeah, I suppose. Resolve. Jennifer Mars is back. Jennifer, if you haven't got anything productive to say, there's always a middle anchor point, Mono. You can't get rid of that. I did add more though, but it makes it straighter. Anyway.
Do we have an image of the Congaroos?
Hang on. Yeah. This is more important. Now we're back onto what matters.
I would also did we resolve the question?
This is very important. This is top tier.
There are videos of the kangaroos.
Oh, they look great.
They do look great.
Ooh,
Yeah, I've never
Look,
heard of
very
the kangaroos.
stylish.
I did Google him. He's one of the innovators of the Lindy Hop, whatever that means.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
quite significant.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like the floss of its time.
Okay.
Hang
I'm
on,
going to
Ed,
say...
keep that sheathed in case we get first glossy Lindy Hop.
Yeah.
I'm going to give chat the point. And therefore...
They get a point.
It's up to Couch now to...
We've got to get more than 2 right.
No, you need to get... No, if you get 2 or 3 right,
We
you
also get a point.
Oh, I got it. Okay, sure.
Yeah. So, or roll
Are
your...
On your kangaroos square, are you going to put the 1952 at the bottom of the square, indicating the end of the period?
Or just write it as a range, 1947.
Oh, yeah, 47 to 52, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, you want to know what date that is? Yeah, okay. They are...
But I think you could
disbanded.
just write the range. You could just write it 1947 to 1950.
Oh, yeah, of course, you're right. That
It makes more sense.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's the first one that looks like a gravestone on the timeline. F in the chat for the kangaroos.
F in the chat for kangaroos, please. Okay, here are your 3 events. Did the following events actually occur? Queen reached number 1.
Oh,
Phoebe
how?
Destiny, and Queen reached number 1.
Maybe we need a reroll.
I think we've got to re-roll that. That's absurd.
Yeah, reroll.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to go with that?
I'd like to get into a circular debate about whether Homer's got any job.
Yeah.
I'm happy to
And the
re-roll
Queen
that.
reaches number 1 twice.
Also, Josie put that one in.
I did put the Queen one in, that's right, yeah.
Okay.
It did happen, right? Just not initially.
Whale family
Yeah.
attempts.
Yes, they did get number 1.
Popular 1930s pop group The Mills
These are
Brothers
good.
were stuck abroad for 2 years after the tour of the UK went wrong. Tyler the Creator is banned from entering the UK by Theresa May.
Okay.
I think we could have just rerolled one. You're right.
I remember the whale.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
legit.
I'm going to say.
I think that's
gonna say
legit, yeah.
That's a King of Time one again.
Yeah, that is.
If it's not, it's about his house, isn't it? Sorry, I didn't mean to dox King of Time, but he lives in the Thames.
I also know for sure that Tyler the Creator was denied a visa.
Yeah, I remember this
Yes,
story.
yeah.
But was it
Yeah.
definitely Theresa May?
Oh, good.
I believe so. I think
I
it
feel
was.
like
Hang
I
on.
think it was. It was around that time.
Because it
I mean,
was
she
around
was-
the time of the Jon Snow interview. No,
There was so many.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Was she Home Secretary for longer than she was Prime Minister? I feel like she was Home Secretary for a
she
while.
was. She was. She definitely was. She definitely was. Well, I don't know if she definitely was. Even though I said it a lot of times.
King of Time, you're making me doubt now. A whale in the Thames.
Why has he done it in the? He's done it in the form of a Peter Kay joke.
I'm
whale?
almost certain that a whale has been in the Thames in my lifetime.
Yes.
Is the couch guessing yes for Whale in the Thames?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll go for
100% yes
and
on
I think we're going to
I
go
think that
yes on the
happened.
third one.
And it sounds like your yes on Tyler the Creator was
Tyler
banned.
Creator being
Yeah.
banned. Yeah.
I
Okay.
can imagine the Mills brother thing being true, and they just got stuck there because it's quite hard to get because this is. You wouldn't. I don't know who the Mills brothers are.
No, I don't either.
My
anyone know
only level of doubt on this one is it's the kind of thing where if it were me setting this question, which it wasn't, I would find some obscure fact like this, but then I would change one detail.
It's actually the Smith
they were-
brothers or something.
They were only
Or like a
stuck
year
there
or
for
something.
6
Or they were
months.
sisters.
Mm.
It's the Mills sisters. But it
I-
sounds right to me that they're one of those. They're a bit like the Conga Congoneers, whatever they were.
The Congaroos, please respect their memory.
And I mean, 1930s as well in terms of travel.
Yeah,
it's easier to get.
That's very plausible.
Yeah,
that's very plausible.
I think it's very plausible.
It's very plausible. It's just there's so much data in there that could have been slightly tweaked as a little cheeky trick.
Yeah,
I agree, but I don't know.
It
could be years wrong, couldn't it?
I'm erring towards no, but that's just a gut instinct.
I would go yes, but I also don't know.
Ed, what's your gut?
Yeah, I'm a yes, but we are probably walking into a trap.
Yeah.
But
2-1. Josie, what do you think?
It's just that I know that can happen with artists getting stuck in a place. I want it to be true. That's the thing.
You do. You want the Mills brothers to have been stranded.
Yeah, you want people stranded.
It's a funny story.
Quite taken with the image of a 1930s Spiv tour manager of a band.
Yeah, yeah.
So fun to think about how it's gone wrong in that way.
It's probably no, isn't it? Probably.
We've come to an impasse.
Unfortunately, that is a deadlock.
I'm happy to go. Yeah, but I'm going to say it was 2 Josies that said no. So that, to me, that counts as
okay.
That counts as the answer.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Then let's start looking stuff up. Was a whale found in the Thames?
King of Time will know. King of Time is yes, right?
I'm pretty sure he mentions this in his boat tour. Was whales found in the Thames?
A juvenile northern bottlenose was found discovering in the River Thames.
Have you added that one exactly in the way that Josie suggested as a little trick?
That's a porpoise, though, isn't it? That's a dolphin.
Oh
no, sorry, whale.
It says whale here. I think that's whale.
Sorry, I missed
So
that.
are we going to pop that on the timeline in 2006?
Yes.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm just giving you work, Sean. That feels very mean.
I always find that
12 tons. Wow.
Hadn't occurred to King of Time would do a trick where it was actually a dolphin or something. It was a porpoise, he'll say.
I was wondering if it was like
it was Wally.
I was thinking because isn't there a similar thing of a shark being in the Thames as well? I was wondering if it was like a trick.
That was King of Time. He went in there with a little fin.
See, King of Time's confirmed and sharks.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was porpoises, whales, and sharks all been found in the Thames. But
yeah, it's a river, isn't it? When you think about it.
I mean, what hasn't been in the Thames at this point?
King of Time. Have you been in the Thames, King of Time?
Have you actually gone
in? Just atop?
Oh, I don't know, but
Is it on the bucket list?
Oh.
Did the Mills brothers tour the UK?
Oh.
Did anything happen with?
Oh, is that just made up?
Journey? Well, I don't know. I never completely trust Bing.
Yeah.
I might show that Wikipedia and look for UK tour.
I'm gonna go on.
The Mills brothers, known as the Four Kings of Harmony, UK. No, that's taking me to Duke.
No, it's right. It's right. Through 1939, the group enjoyed remarkable success in Europe. We left England for the last time just 3 days before the war was declared on Germany, and the only boat we could get was to Australia. We were overseas from then on, except for 2 months in 1940. When we went back to South America, we didn't get back until 1941.
Well, there we go.
Wow.
But was it in the 30s? But was it in the 30s? Because it was 1939 to 1941 with the 2 years.
No.
Oh no, sorry, it's not. They were popular.
Oh, they were put it in.
So yes, we were wrong. Yeah, it's a yes.
Yeah.
However, I think you will win the point.
I mean, the wording though. After a tour of the UK went wrong, it wasn't that the tour went wrong.
Well, it did.
Was it?
It did go wrong because there were
Things
no
go
boats
wrong
leaving.
from that, yeah.
No, the Second World War started. I'd say lots of things went. I mean, I wouldn't say that principally when they teach what was the tragedy of World War II. It's it really messed up the Mills brothers tour schedule, but it did do that.
Or that in some way that event caused the war.
Yeah, I don't think that's what we're saying. Is it? About on the timeline, Mills brothers caused the start of World War II? Question mark.
There's no smoke without fire.
Could you give me the date for when that happened to the Mills brothers?
Well, actually, yeah, we can, because it said we left England for the last time just 3 days before war was declared on Germany. So that is, what's the date when the war was declared? It's not. That's not November, is it? Let's see. September the 1st. So it's August the 29th.
What year?
1939.
Cool.
And then they didn't get back until 1941.
And what's the succinct way to describe what happened? The Mills brothers begrudgingly board a ship to Australia.
You want a concise way to explain it, and you immediately slip in begrudgingly.
You have to understand why it's notable.
It's quite the replacement bus service, isn't it? Like, we want to go to America. So, oh no, we're not going. Don't go that way, mate.
No, there's war on the tracks.
Yeah, you've got to actually go all the way east.
It's a signal failure in Berlin.
Yeah, you don't want to go that way, mate.
I don't go west of the Atlantic.
Oh yeah, we don't go into the bloody war.
Oh, Sean, what have you done? You've spaghettified it.
They've gone spaghetti. The arrows, the lines were behaving themselves before, but now the lines want to maintain their destination on the main timeline. But they didn't care about that in the past.
TGS in the chat for they've gone spaghetti.
Oh God.
But,
Maybe. Maybe this will fix it. Nope. That's bad news. If I can't move the events out of the way to make space, that's rough.
Spaghetti it is, I guess.
No, I can't accept spaghetti mode. I can't willingly allow spaghetti mode to take hold. I've been moving individual events all the time. Look, watch. Oh no, that's spaghetti. Some of them aren't.
Is it because
though.
you're also including the timeline itself rather than the individual? Oh.
Yeah, maybe you need to drag an area that doesn't include the timeline, or drag a whole chunk and then.
Oh no, you're right. It's weird.
They're all linked on. They've congealed.
The Mills brothers were still performing into the 21st century after all the original members were dead.
The ship of Theseus.
Yeah, it's Trigger's broom of a band.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the only way to resolve this: no more lines. Boxes just hover.
Yeah, this is now this is now SMI.
The only place that will have lines now is the Congaroos.
Infinite time. Conga line, I suppose.
Oh
yeah, that does actually get a lot of fuss out of the way, doesn't it?
It makes life a lot easier. Now we don't have to worry about future spaghettification.
Good. The Simpsons can carry on being broadcast. That's a
You've deleted some text about the Green Bay Packers, I think.
Yeah, sometimes when I highlight just a line, it takes the text with it. Don't understand. Don't like it, in fact. All right, but that should make life easier. What's this? Jennifer Mines, the lines are still bad? Oh, my life.
Just to give you some feedback from the chat, Sean. Brad Santa says, this is a deranged solution.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? The timeline is locked, the Imperial.
We don't necessarily have to trust. It's Brad Santa. Oracle's also said insane thing to begin, jumping on the bandwagon. Bread wagon.
If you were me, you'd be doing the things I'm doing right now. If you were here...
said, what happened August 11, 1919? Mighty Bitey said, stop blaming me.
No, but it was you. This time it was you. It said try locking the time. Was you. I actually blamed Imperial for a second, but it was you this time. I made the opposite mistake. Oh no, I need to get rid of these anchor points.
If only someone had said.
Okay, great. Now we're cracking.
Ready for the next round of Sean Morley's Infinite Time.
Oh God, what am I doing? Okay, so in 1939. Oh Lord, time's
Mighty
hard.
Mighty is typed BYOL. I'm not sure what that means.
We don't
It's
need to
Bjol.
know.
It's just Bjol.
Bring your own line. Yeah. Bjorn.
Bjol.
Okay, well, one day I'll give a. I'll nominate a timeline monitor, and they can deal with the timeline. Because frankly, there's enough for me to be getting on with. If someone was willing to do the timeline,
you could devolve.
I feel like Jennifer Mars is making a very good case for becoming the timeline.
Jennifer Mars. Jennifer Mars, I'm very happy for you to take over timeline. Let me know via a comment if you are up for taking on that job.
Sort of poacher turn gamekeeper kind of situation.
Can we add to the timeline? 7th of June 2023, Jennifer Mars becomes custodian of the timeline.
Well, no, we'll let Jennifer Mars answer whether she's willing to take that on before we add it into time. Exactly.
Well, I suppose they can add it themselves, can't they? If they take the role on.
If you take the role on Jennifer Mars, you can pop yourself in. Okay, Jennifer Mars is in. Let me just try and give Jennifer Mars some different permissions. I don't want you to have to reveal who you are, because obviously there isn't a Jennifer Mars in the chat. But I'd love to be able to
accuse Mighty Fighting.
If I can just somehow find the members or something like this. I want to be able to highlight this person and give them a better role without.
Well, I was satirizing that, Mighty Fighting, so it probably wasn't you.
One second, let me.
Yeah, that's right, Gregor Smith. Yeah, they there was only one boat, and it was to discover a new continent.
Okay, if I'm to give you better permissions, Jennifer Mars, you might need to identify yourself. If you're in the Discord, though, just send me a DM.
Yeah, DM.
Send me a DM now, and I won't reveal to anyone who you really are, but I will give you edit permissions in this. And I will take the secret of who Jennifer Mars is to the grave. You can roleplay Jennifer Mars to your heart's content. You will have to, when I say add this to the board, you'll have to add this to the board. It's not
Very
fun.
Funny.
It's not nice work, but you'll have to behave, okay? Because I don't know who you are.
Very
That's
funny.
Full trust to Jennifer Mars there.
Sean's going to get a Discord DM from the actual Jennifer Mars.
And if I
Harry Hardy.
Oh God! Anyone could DM now and claim to be Jennifer Mars.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh no, this is trouble. No one's DM'd so far, so I think January 2006. Oh no, I've got to move things around. Things are going to get
No, you
outside.
don't. Jennifer Mars is in charge.
Well, Jennifer Mars isn't here yet. No one.
Oh no! Spartacus G. You've been Mars-ticused.
Someone sent me an email saying not an email, DM saying they're Jennifer Mars. I actually
they need to prove it, Sean. They need to prove it. They need to send you a code word in your DM, and then they need to replicate the code word on the document.
Yeah. Jennifer Mars, put a comment in with a code word. And also DM me that code word.
Biker from Mars.
But I'm not going to go looking for it in the stream before I receive a DM with a code word. There is someone in my DM saying they're Jennifer Mars. Okay. So that I've been sent a code word in the DMs. And now I'm just going to wait until it appears.
It's so funny you've not just taken someone on trust here.
The best thing is I can see some people
Well,
who
Sean
are.
can see who it's from, so that might influence.
Yeah, but who do we
much
think
Sean
here is so untrustworthy that Sean wouldn't think they were Jennifer Mars? Actually, there's a ruling on it.
Yeah, it's someone I more or less trust, but they're not Jennifer Mars. So if you think you can work out who that is, be my guest. The
Who
thing
could
is,
it be?
Jennifer Mars is an in-joke from quite a while ago.
Yeah, it's quite an old one. It's quite a deep cut. Yeah.
And also, it's not even like a good one. It's not even a good in-joke. People are
What's
saying
it from?
Jerry Milk now.
No, I've sort of forgotten it now.
It's from,
Jerry
it's from
Milk.
Zine Machine.
It is from Zine Machine, yeah.
Is it from Mean Machine?
No, it's
Zine
the
Machine.
Zine.
Mean Machine, all right.
Jerry Milk would win better.
Jerry Milk is very good, though.
I don't even know why people find that funny.
I think
I
you would
think they
if
find
you-
it funny that you have an absolute lack of knowledge of LGBT history, Sean.
Yeah,
I know about
during Pride Month as well.
Yeah.
I know about
Oh yeah, Emily Zapdos.
I know the broad strokes.
I was surprised you didn't know about Emily Zapdos.
Whale in Thames. There we go. Back in.
Is that the whale?
Yeah, surely. It's huge.
It's not in the Thames, is it?
Well, not it was. What do you think that's behind it? That's the Thames right there. It doesn't look like the Thames, though, does it? It looks like
I can't see the Eiffel Tower.
looks like China. That whale is dead. Yeah. Yeah, obviously.
F's in the chat, guys. 2 F's, one for the whale, one for Jerry Milk.
Jerry Milk's alive, I think.
You've not seen the end of. You've not seen the film Milk.
It's directed by Jerry Van Sant. Yeah.
Yeah. Brett Sander's on your side. Johnny says he's probably just sleeping.
No, I'm not suggesting it's alive.
Yeah. Sean and Brett Sanderson
saying it's alive.
He's just having a little nap.
That's not my position.
He's just resting from all the breathing he did earlier.
What's just a good picture of World War II? This, I guess.
Oh
this guy.
God, is that
What's a
a
good
good picture of World War II? Oh God, is that a good picture?
It's definitely World War II. I think that tells the story.
I think this is a good story for it. Yeah.
I like the idea that that's how they travel to Australia, being carried like that.
Yeah, that's them.
That's them on the ocean. Okay, where is Jennifer Mars? Okay, I see that you're typing again. You know who you are. But I haven't seen Beef Brain appear. Oh, Jennifer Mars is here.
Sure.
What?
You just said the code word out loud.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, they've admitted that they're not. They've admitted they're not Jennifer Mars. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have showed that. Don't look.
Go with his bum.
Well, that's no good as a code word. It needs to be something a bit more cryptic than bum.
Yeah, just don't look. Don't look us. Don't look in the chat. Just don't look.
Don't look.
DL's in the chat.
But don't look at them. Don't look at the
Just
DLs in the chat.
You've got to touch type them.
Jennifer Mars is here. Jennifer Mars. Now, what we're doing now is I've actually set this so that we can see what Jennifer Mars is looking at. So if Jennifer Mars moves around or looks at anything else.
Pass over you.
Yeah, this is what's on Jennifer Mars's screen right now. Okay, Jennifer Mars is on the move. Jennifer Mars is looking. What will Jennifer Mars do next?
Taking in her new domain.
No, Jennifer Mars doesn't have any additional permissions than before. They've zoomed right
Well, it seems to be
in.
they've got like a control level or something.
They've zoomed all the way in here.
Don't worry, they've got no extra power. The key events here.
Jennifer Mars, I am.
No, so they're a little monster. We can establish that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like a Ouija board.
I don't think that's true, Martin, because I think the chances are on this timeline, if you zoom in on an event, there's a good chance it's a Lady Gaga event.
Can Jennifer Mars make corrections? Jennifer Mars has no additional permissions than before because I can't grant Jennifer Mars permissions.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I'd have to give them. Yeah, I'd have to do something more.
Just give everyone permissions, probably.
No, just 100% no. Things will get deleted. If
I think I know who it is.
Well, I think them writing bum is probably. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, look here. It's a list of the people who are currently logged in. Here's Jennifer Mars, and the other person logged in is Jennifer Mars.
Oh, dear.
Oh no!
Yeah, it could be. It could be just John It could be just John Jerkins. No, Albert, you're wrong. Albert, you're confusing Jennifer.
Jennifer, help me out here. Let's go into Jenny Vision. Okay, one
Jenny
Jenny.
Vision.
One Jenny's looking at the kangaroos. The other Jenny is okay, there's a new message, but I've learnt that I shouldn't. I'm going to give Jennifer. I'm going to give Jennifer a chance to DM me the code word so that I can upgrade Jennifer's permissions.
Does anyone remember where we were in the quiz?
Yeah, it's a draw.
Okay, perfect.
This way, we got no bad blood at the. Oh, hang on, I've got a DM. Hush, quiet. Ugh. Never mind. Keep talking.
I'm quiet.
This is the internet equivalent of Sean going up to various benches in a park, sitting down and saying,
"Yes, the sparrows fly east."
Yeah.
Okay, I've looked at the new comment and I can now reveal what it says. It's quite small, but it says, "Hello, I'm Jennifer Mars."
Yeah, that couldn't possibly have been written by anyone other than the genuine Jennifer Mars. An unguessable code word.
I have received a new DM, but it's
how many Jennifer Marses do you now have in that document?
3.
You've got at least. Oh, you've got 3. Okay.
It's a me, Jennifer Mars.
It's a me.
I thought I'd come up with a brilliant solution to this problem, and it's snowballed yet again.
I think you may have come up with a brilliant solution.
Every week, I think I've come up with a brilliant solution to some kind of problem, and here we are.
Well, no, you usually have solved the problem. It just causes 3 or 4 other problems.
Okay, I've asked the person who is DMing me. I've said, I know that you're not Jennifer Mars, but would you like to be Jennifer Mars? And they've said no.
We never found out who this person is.
No, they can reveal themselves if they want, but
it's a funny bit.
It's
a good
not.
bit.
This is the new Squiddy.
I was going to say.
Well, it could be the same Squiddy, couldn't it?
Yes, very true.
But they've been pretty quiet in the chat.
Mars.
But that's probably because they're being Jennifer Mars instead of typing in the chat.
So we're looking for someone that's not typing in the chat.
Okay,
is
so
it Thomas Bongatar?
I am Jennifer Mars. Beef brain. Sad face from Lumi. The code word is bum. These lines are still bad. Yes. Don't know what that's about. Okay, this one's new. I've not seen this one before. 3 breads.
I am Beef Mars.
Oh, new ones. Bread. Anything else going on? Anything else that I could think about? What's this? Bread. It's just another bread. Okay. What's this? It's bread.
So
It's a bread.
So is the timeline sorted now?
I just... Does anyone want to be Jennifer Mars? It just takes one person to DM me on Discord and just say, I want to be Jennifer. Anyone can be. I don't care whether you really were Jennifer Mars now. Jennifer Mars is an honorary title. Take that, Jennifer. There's already too many impersonators. You got too big. You got too big, too fast. There's no blue check mark here. Anyone can be anyone. Oh, what's this? I really am Jennifer Mars. What is happening?
Oh no.
Head of the Mars Corporation.
It turns out that Jennifer Mars isn't in the Discord, but also isn't in the Twitch chat, and is only interacting with this through the spreadsheet.
Yeah, they just live in the spreadsheet.
There's a small chance that Jennifer Mars has sent me a direct message on Twitch because they don't know what I'm on about.
Hello, Sean.
No.
It's me, head of the Mars Corporation.
Can we all ever go being Jennifer Mars? I worry that if I give it out, you'll all go absolutely bonglatere on it, and I will never get control back.
And that is what happens.
Think back. Hang on, what's this? Think back to the origin of Jennifer Mars. Yes, she was the head of Mars Bars. Jennifer Mars was the head of Mars. I really am Jennifer Mars. What is happening? Think back to the origin of Jennifer Mars. Yeah, I feel I remember it. She's the head of Mars. I've only come in. You get edit rights to the timeline, so you get to fuck around, but also occasionally you do admin.
Oh no, not fuck around. Just curate the timeline.
Yeah, we want the opposite of fucking around.
Yeah, you get just a kind of a thankless job that no one would ever in their right mind want. Which is now I realise why no one's come forward.
The mystery solved, isn't it?
Oh,
I think it's fun with the lines.
I'm Jennifer Mars, aren't I? Well, what's this? Who is the most Jennifer of these Jennifer Marses? I can't distinguish between the Jennifer Marses, I'm afraid. Oh, I've got a DM.
Yeah, it's TYJM in the chat.
Okay, I've received a secret code word that I think is legit, and now I'm going to keep an eye out for it. Okay.
Yeah. Albrot pointed out that the correct plural could well be Jennifer's Mars.
Okay, I'm making a new link. And I'm sharing it with the one true Jennifer Mars. The one true Jennifer Mars should now have edit rights. Feel free to flaunt those.
For good.
Look, you can see one Jennifer Mars, two Jennifer Mars, three Jennifer Mars. Four, you can see their cursors. Jennifer Mars, Jennifer Mars, Jennifer Mars, Jennifer Mars.
Jennifer Mars.
As they get further away, they become Jennifer Jupiter, Jennifer Saturn.
Only one of these Jennifers can do something. Look, a Jennifer is creating.
The one true Jennifer.
And now we get to see how much trust we should have placed in Jennifer Mars.
So far, that's within acceptable limits.
Is this the person that was originally doing the Jennifer Mars stuff, or is this someone that's come forward to be Jennifer Mars?
I'm not going to lie. It's almost certainly not the original Jennifer Mars.
Well,
however, it is our Jennifer Mars for our purposes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, OTJM.
Oh, a big line. Why is that happening? Why has that happened? Why have you done that?
Probably because Jennifer Mars doesn't actually know how to draw the lines at this point. Because they just got into the thing.
Don't really. Oh, they're learning about anchor points. They're doing,
exactly.
They're doing a little lab to learn about the anchor points.
A tutorial, yeah. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. They're learning about the software. Full trust Jennifer Mars in the chat, please.
Yeah.
And thank you to our new Jennifer Mars. How many Jennifer Marses do we have now? At the moment, just 3. That's manageable.
What would you say is the upper limit on Jennifer's Mars?
It's the multiverse of Marsness.
Jennifer Mars has left a comment saying, "Oh God, I think you gave it to the wrong Jennifer." Jennifer, I gave you lots of opportunities to come forward. Jennifer, I laid out the instructions. You didn't follow them. Maybe you weren't the right Jennifer Mars for us, I'm afraid. Well,
it's hard to explain, Josie, to be honest.
There's a new Jennifer Mars. Everyone here's Jennifer Mars.
We went inside the enclave, we lit the fire, and the grey smoke came out of the chimney, indicating that a new Jennifer Mars had been indoctrinated.
Yeah. Also, the Mills brothers were stuck in Australia for 2 years.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
I think what you could say, Josie, is we've got a little bit bogged down.
I don't think I'd say. Yeah, we've been stuck in Australia for 2 years.
Hang on, there are two Jennifers telling me.
No.
How is this happening? How is this happening?
Called Jennifer Mars.
Hang on, how is this happening? All the Jennifers can edit. 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 Why? Why can all the Jennifers edit?
Revoke.
Why have all the Jennifers in? Why have all the Jennifers in?
Oh, you Jennifers, not me. V.
Uh-oh, I worry that by changing this, I've not created two different links.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to comment, I guess. Okay. Then I have to change that, and then I'm going to give him a team invite link. This is your new invite link, and it will bring you on board.
Yeah, that's a good point. Brett's been a good point, John. Do you feel like this really helped you to avoid that bit of admin?
Do you know, I worry that's wrong as well. Hang on, don't follow that. Don't follow that. I have no idea how to give you the thing. I will look. It's not for now, is it? It's not for 11 o'clock at night that I suddenly bring in a new.
In your
Jennifer
defense,
Mars.
Sean, when you started this, it was nowhere near 11 o'clock.
So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for Couch. It is a draw tonight. Everyone played extremely valiantly.
I love the idea that, like, towards the end of an episode of Countdown, all of a sudden they go, "Guys, stop! We need to pick a new carol."
Yeah. Oh my God! It's the wrong carol.
And then everybody becomes Carol.
All carols emerge.
Because Carol can't give you the word because she only knows the numbers. It's a whole mess. Nobody won, or everyone won.
Oh no! One of the Jennifers is still doing whatever the heck they want. Okay, what Jennifer is that then? Interesting.
It's Jennifer
Interesting.
Mars.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Well, I'll let that. I'll just let that Jennifer do whatever the heck they think is correct. Just keep on Jenny Vision for a bit. Oh my God! They're creating straight lines. Oh my God! They've created straight brackets. Fucking hell! Full trust Jennifer Mars.
Yes, this is the final result we needed. A beautiful square bracket for the Congaroos.
Look at this. The Congaroos have been shown respect. Look at. I like this. I like the way it dents in like that. This is very, very nice.
Oh, it's very nice.
Do you know, it all turns out good. You just have to have faith in the end. So thank you to our couch this evening, Josie Russell, Josie Hypatia, Ed Fiasco, and a good Pete. Fought valiantly and actually drew with the chat that contains many, many more brains. I'd say it's... oh no. Yeah, Jennifer, can you fix that? That was the founding of the Green Bay Packers. That was the founding of the Green Bay Packers. Can you write in there? That was the founding. That was the founding of the Green Bay Packers, please. Yeah, thanks, founding of the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, that font's good. It was during the it was one of the spaghettification problems.
And I love how close it is to Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
Well, it's after, isn't it? It's after.
Yeah.
Sean, you're going to come back next week, and this is going to be a full 3D rendered walkthrough, like a kind of election night Jon Snow Wonderland that you can.
VR.
I look forward to
timeline.
it. I look forward to it. I'm so happy to have the new intern Jennifer Mars on the case. Infinite Timeline will return next week, and this Friday, myself and Jack will be doing a Mando stream looking at the games made by the Games Transformed game jam of anti-capitalist indie video games, which I'm very excited about. That will happen a little bit later than normal at, I think, 8 p.m. BST. Congratulations to Bird.exe for winning tonight's stream. This is the second stream that Bird.exe has won. And I'm glad to have a victor amidst the deadlock. Back on Friday. Thanks again to our couch for fighting so valiantly. And I'll see you all again soon.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, chat.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you,
Bye.
I need to find someone to raid. I know you thought I was going to hit on stream, but we need to go somewhere. All right, I'll let Jennifer go on the background. Begin desk mode. Start desk mode. Begin desk mode.
Something desk.
Enable desk mode.
I don't know what it is.
Initiate desk mode.
Start
I think that's
desk
written
mode.
down.
Commence desk mode.
Begin
Swans.
desk mode.
Genesis of desk mode.
It's activate desk mode. Activate desk mode.
Initialize desk mode.
There we go. Perfect.
Desk prime. Initiate.
Desk enhance. Rotate 90 degrees.
Yeah.
We'll head over to Wimp Talk, see what they're up to. And I will see many of you on Friday. Goodbye, be well. Any final send-offs?
Oh, Sean,
to
the Friday stream, because that's a special stream, will that still be archived on the VOD, or will it be a different thing?
No, it'll probably go on the VOD like the rest.
Okay,
Probably just have
cool.
the same thing happen to it. Do you want to give a special signature sign-off?
I'm probably streaming tomorrow.
There you go. What time?
Twitch.tv/Beats. 7:30 UK.
And then do you want to say something like "Stay cool" or "Be fresh" or "Keep on trucking"?
Yeah.
Which one?
I'd like to say that's magic.
That's good. That's magic.
Yeah, that's
And with
magic.
that- Oh, the shout-out's very good. It is currently obscuring the button I need to click to begin the raid, so we are trapped here until that time's out.
Well,
no,
that's
no.
magic.
We
Use
want
that
to
time
know.
to follow the channel.
And that's magic.
That's magic.
That's
TM
magic.
to the chat. TM. Can we have
magic.
TM to copyright the phrase for Josie?
And
It
copyright
might
law.
just auto
that's
raid
magic.
because I can no longer interact
Yeah, we
with the
can't see the
button
button.
underneath.
Yeah,
It
we
might-
could have raided
it-
hours ago.
It might auto raid or timeout. I have no idea.
Oh no, it still says raid. Yeah, we're raids. We're raiding. We raid.
It's gone.
We're raiding.